Welcome to the program. I'm Lyndall Curtis. It's a new government backflip as old as the hills. In opposition, parties criticise government's uphill and down dale about spending taxpayers' money to advertise their programs, and they promise not to be so bad. In government, they suddenly find advertising can be a handy tool to convince a sceptical public about the worth of their policies. Which brings us to the budget. With the government sales pitch not travelling all that well, according to its own backbenchers, is the government poised to dip its hands into the taxpayers' pockets for some form of advertising?
You shouldn't take money out of schools and hospitals to pay for sending a message to the Australian people because the Prime Minister and Treasurer is unable to sell their own budget.
Provided we can sell the narrative that we're going to walk through some tough years, but there is going to be prosperity out the other side, they will stick with us.
Our job is to continue to explain the judgments that we've made, continue to explain the reasons for those judgments.
How can the government justify a potential spend on government advertising at the same time you're telling everybody they need to share the pain and tighten their belt?
Well, we have tightened the government's belt significantly.
Because these people are desperate. When you're desperate, you'll do some desperate things. If they really want to know what the Australian people think, they should call an election.
What we've got at the moment is a government which is taking money off schools and hospitals so it can spend it on ads, and this is absolutely the wrong way to go.
And all of us together, as members of the coalition, are going to be arguing why these reforms are necessary.
And if the Labor Party wants to advertise its carbon tax, it should raise the money and it should spend it. It should not be using the taxpayers' dollar to fund political propaganda.
You don't need an advertising campaign to tell you that this is a dog of a budget. And frankly, if the government is so out of touch with reality that they think all they need is a sales job, they've completely misread the mood.
You don't need to spend millions of taxpayers' dollars to tell the most vulnerable people in Australia that they are going to be condemned to disadvantage and poverty.
We are doing what needs to be done in order to ensure that people across the community are fully aware of how the budget will and will not impact on them. So thank you very much.